Have you ever played the game Connect the Dots? Well, in your sales conversation, that's the game that's going to move the process forward. I'll tell you more in just a minute. Hi, I'm Jeff C. West. I'm the award-winning author of 4 business and sales parables. I have over 30 years of successful sales and leadership experience across multiple industries. I've shared the stage, both in person and virtually, with legends like Bob Burg and Brian Tracy. I know what it takes to help you win in sales and leadership, and I'm here to help you do exactly that. So let's get started. Hi, I'm Jeff C. West. In our video series, I've been taking you through the steps of what I believe makes the most effective sales conversation that you can have with your prospect. We started with the rapport section, where you develop a quick relationship with the person. Then on our last video, we talked about the discovery phase, where you'll ask questions that you craft ahead of time that get your prospect comfortably opening up and discussing the issues that they face and the possible solutions. And you craft those questions in such a way that the prospect will actually say what the prospect needs to hear. Then there's the recommendation phase, where you'll actually do what a lot of people think of in a sales presentation anyway. You'll present your solutions. Then you'll have your credibility phase, where you establish that yes, your company actually has a very good reputation for doing what you say you can do. And then finally, the close. Today, we're going to take a deeper dive into that recommendation phase of your sales conversation. During your discovery phase, you asked great questions. You planned them ahead of time, and your prospect felt comfortable opening up and discussing issues that they face, which you have a pretty darn good solution for. So after you've gotten 2 or 3 of those specific issues out on the table, then that's a good time to go ahead and transition into your recommendation phase. And the easiest way to transition into that is to say, well, Miss Prospect, I've got some good news for you. There are some things that you told me a few minutes ago that you'd really like to be able to do, but you couldn't. But I've got some solutions. I believe we're going to be able to help you to do each one of those things. And then you're going to go into the recommendation part. Now, when you're ready to make those recommendations, don't just get overly eager and jump in and present your solution. Instead, what I want you to do is take them through a little exercise that will create a fusion point with them. It's going to stimulate a positive emotional response, because they know help's on the way, with the logic of the solution you have. Well, when those 2 parts of the brain connect, it creates that fusion point, and it makes them comfortable saying yes to taking that next step. And to do this, I want you to play the game Connect the Dots. I don't know if you're familiar with this game or not, but when I was a child, my sister and I used to love to play the game Connect the Dots. We took a piece of notebook paper and 2 pencils, and we were ready to go. But we would make a grid, and it would have 10 dots going across and 10 dots going up and down. And when it was your turn, you took your pencil and you drew a connection between one dot and the next. That was it. Eventually, after enough turns had been taken, you would find that the square was almost completely enclosed. And if you were the person who got to draw the 4th dot back to the first dot so it enclosed that square, you won the square. You put your initial in there, and at the end of the game, you added up who won the most boxes, and then there you had your winner. Well, in how you make your recommendations, I want you to think of it in the same way. I'm going to teach you 5 little steps that when you do that is going to enclose that square, but it's also going to create the fusion point. Step 1 in our game of Connect the Dots is to rewind. Think back to what they said about the specific issue that you're about to make your recommendation on. Step 2, replay. Remind them what they said about that issue, preferably in their own words. Step 3 is recommendation. Go ahead at this point and make your recommendation that you believe will solve the issue that they're facing. Step 4 is to revalue. Remind them what their value is from your proposition. How is their world going to change when they get this solved? And then step 5, which will close that box and you'll win the square, is to rekindle. Ask them a question that stimulates a little bit of that emotional response in the brain. Ask them how it would feel to them to finally have a solution to that, or be able to take advantage of their value from your proposition. You'll find that when you've done all of these steps, that not only do they remember that your solution is going to work for them, they feel good about it, and they get that positive emotional connection with the logic of what's going on, and it creates a fusion point with you, your product or your service, and your company. Now, if you like today's video, make sure you hit that like button down below. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Share this with other salespeople that you know. Let's build the channel on that. So thanks so much, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye.